Alright, let me set my mic up here a little bit. Alright, we should be good. Welcome everybody. We got ourselves a little special live stream I'm kind of throwing together for the EU community on the EU server. I know this may be a bit early, or you could say a bit late for a lot of my US viewers. I'm US myself, but I'm just a crazy night owl, so I stay up pretty late most of the time. But I did promise that I would go ahead and check out the EU server at some point early on in the year, because I want to kind of sneak those in while when I can. So I promised I'd do that, and this is me making good on that. Usually with my community spotlight videos, I'll usually like stay in one area and kind of like check everything out, whatnot. But with the EU, everybody's kind of spread out a little more. There's not as many people on this server, so I have to kind of move around and check out the different maps of like the newest episodes and stuff, and see if I can find some players and see what they're rocking for styles. Yeah, it's going to definitely be a little bit of a different stream, maybe a little more chill than the usual streams. So just enjoy the ride, and we're just going to check out some styles pretty casually on the EU server. Spectre, welcome to chat. I saw your message there. Welcome to chat. So this should be just a very chill stream. If you have any questions, be sure to go ahead and drop them in the chat, and I will try to catch up with them as much as I can, and answer your questions as best as I can. Otherwise, it's going to be just a very laid-back stream. I'm just going to be going around and checking styles. If there's one that really sticks out to me, I'll let you know, and of course I'll be taking clips of them if they're good. So, enough of me yapping. Let's get right into it. So we got Little Dragon and Hoodie over here. I always like seeing the most outrageous styles on little characters. I think there's a little bit of an allure to that, because it's always interesting to see how the devs size different style pieces to different size characters. Part of me wonders how they decide to scale them and how big for certain characters. If they figure to themselves, maybe it's percentage based, where they kind of think to themselves, okay, well, maybe it's 20% smaller each different size build that you keep going down, right? Or going up, right? It could increase by 20% the size, or so. I always find it interesting with things like this. So you have a really small character and the wings are just ginormous. And then you have Hoodie over here. Got a little Green Lantern thing going on. I think that's the Entropic Shroud. It's one of the newer ones, but I forget the names because they have two names to each material, and it's hard to keep them straight in my head. I don't know them super well. I know I did a video on it, but it's just hard for me to keep up with those names. I just haven't used them enough. And then we have Bess here. We'll take a look here, Bess. So they got their nature style going on here. I like the accessory. The accessory's good. And you can tell they're probably wearing the butterfly aura, so very nice. And just a quick note for you that are wondering, the Valentine's Day event is actually up. So that 8-hour downtime must be for changes or fixes to the game, because it's already up. And I went ahead, I got all the rewards. It was it was a box of 20 of the Mogo Sprouts. It was, I don't know how many nth metal, but there was some flawless nth metal added in. I think there was also, I think maybe it was a mod box and something else. It was a skill point thing, skill point token, and then So, something like that. But altogether, it was like $20. $20 buyout. If you really want to kind of save something, you could always just, you know, run it every day, do it the usual. Or if you still want to buy it out, and you know want to still save a little bit of money on it, you could always like run one mission, and then you can go ahead and buy it out. So it makes it slightly cheaper instead of paying full. For me, I didn't care. I didn't bother. And this character isn't really set up too crazy to the point to where they can do something of that nature. He's like my preview tune for the most part. So that's kind of his deal. But yeah, and these are the wings, by the way, if you're curious. They look very familiar. I've seen them somewhere. I do not recognize where. But there you go. That's a little early preview if you're curious about what the wings look like. They are just gigantic on this character. Yeah, and I put the and I'm wearing the sludge material, so this moving part is not part of it. The wings are kind of just their own thing. All right, let's continue. We got Villainous Warrior over here. Very nice. Alright, one of the new materials on there. And then we have Dragoness 33. Alright. Got a Jiren over here. I'd probably use a different head style, but overall it's not a bad style. I think it's put together pretty well. It's not terrible, it's pretty good. Alright, I'm going to check a few more in here, see if I can check more phases, and if not, I'll go to the new open world. So we got one more phase over here. I'm so used to US where you have all the different phases that are opened up. I have a question here from Unseen. He says, "You streaming late today? How are you doing today?" I promised the EU server that I would check them out and do a spotlight early on in the year. I said I'd go ahead and do that, and this is me making good on that. It is kind of late for like the US side. I'm Eastern time, but I usually stay up this late anyway. But I'm usually not like streaming it or anything. But this is me making good for the EU players, you know, because they deserve a little bit of love, and you know, so here I am. Let's see, we got Griff, and otherwise I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. Today is my day off, so I am going to go ahead and kind of just chill out today. Maybe go ahead and visit an old friend of mine, an old work buddy I haven't seen, I don't know, for maybe a month and a half. I think the last time I saw him was like early December. So yeah, probably a month and a half, 2 months. So I gotta go ahead and hit him up and see how he's doing, and spend a little time with him, maybe grab a pizza on the way. Ooh, that doesn't look good. Alright. Let's take a look here. Superman. Yeah, he's got the new belt, but I think the other chest and legs are better, but I mean, this isn't terrible. This is not bad. Now he just needs the hair. He's already got the emblem. Very nice. We got Merg over here. I think it's I kind of find it kind of funny and kind of great that they have like all the like icons and weird things with like the special characters for the names. I think that's great. I think it allows them to kind of get the names that they want without being kind of like locked out of them. We have System Lord Nor. So it looks like they are a Sinestra Core character. Not bad. We just need a legit chess style now for Sinestra Core. That's what we really need. I am like a major advocate for that. Us villains need a legit Sinestra Core chest. Not this short sleeve shirt. We need the legit stuff. Unseen says, good work. Well, I'm glad you like it. I am glad you like it. I'm just going to go around and see if I can find some more people. Otherwise, I think I'm going to jump to Frozen Mogo. I kind of like this. Is kind of a quirky outfit. Yeah, I like the pom-pom hair because it's like you're used to the regular Harley hair, where it's like kind of like two ponytails. And then I like how she's got the crazy like puff balls on the side of her head, basically with like her apocalyptian version. So that's kind of funny, kind of like that. It's a goofy hairstyle for a female character and definitely for a guy character, but it's cool in its own right. Let's look at the prices on here. I'm just kind of curious. So. The Heart Swirl Aura looks like this. Interesting. It is 37 marks, and then you have the Amorous Swirl Aura. X's and O's with lipstick. And you got Carol Ferris, and then it's just a bunch of posters. The Predator statue, I actually really like this. I wish they did this for all of the entities of the emotional spectrum. I would have really liked that. What's the Amorous Dining Table? Okay, I mean, it's not terrible. It's not bad. Then we have Nora Freeze's. Oh my goodness, you could put Mr. Freeze right next to this, because we have him as a base invitation, then you put her right next to him. I wonder if they updated this in-game. They should. They should have updated that in-game. 2026. So it's just rugs now. I'm not too crazy about rugs. It's like how, like you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me just go up to the top here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 15. You got. Yeah, so you got 15 different rugs. That is insane. I don't know. I don't think we need 15 rugs. That's kind of crazy. I mean, they just went rug crazy. I don't know. I would have taken like an actual like style instead of a rug. I think we could have gotten rid of half those rugs and put the time into like another style. But you know, it is what it is. Looks like somebody made like a Storm character. I mean, it's not bad. You can tell they probably don't have materials. They're just starting out. They're 6. So it may be a new character, or you know, they're just starting out. We got Rorek over here. Sinestra Core style. Very nice. I wish the Sinestra Core style, like the chroma that they gave us, would actually make the yellow like a gold color. Because if you actually look at the Sinestra Corpsmen, they have like actual, you know, like it's like a gold color to their suit. It's not like a bright yellow like that. Hero skies. Okay, they got the white lantern material going on. Very nice. And then we have tin treach over here, or tretch. Tin tretch. Sector says hello. Welcome, Sector. How's it going? So it's not bad. I kind of like this warrior style thing kind of going on. Very nice. And then we have Herrera 56. So we are just going all in on the Phoenix material. I mean, I think it's good in doses, but man, this is an eyeful right here. I mean, I guess it works really well with like the aura. I think the aura works well with the material, but I'm not. I mean, man, it is quite an eyeful, but I mean, it's not terrible. All right. I'm gonna check back over here real quick, and then I'll jump over and Frozen Mogo if it allows me to. I mean, I should be able to, but because I saw one character that I was trying to look at earlier. It's not Air Max, but I'll take a look at Air Max. Yeah, that's not terrible. I kind of like that. I'm still trying to figure out styles with that with that headpiece. I'm trying to figure out something that would work really well. And then we have Nero Bast. So it kind of looks like a speedster character going on there. You got the negative speed force. Okay, so we already saw him. Alright, I'm gonna check over here real quick and then I'll jump over. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna jump over to Frozen Mogo. See how many phases are over here. I'm so used to seeing like 20 phases. I'll probably be looking at far less than that. So we have unknown player. It's kind of like a Martian style going on here. Very nice. And then we have, what's that name on there? It's not Frank Lucas, but I'll check him out anyway. Okay, alright, I see you. You got the survival mode crown. I would assume you're a very skilled player. Very nice. And he's even got the mutant skin. Very nice. I like that. Alright, we got Malik Kai. So this kind of looks like some sort of like a demon / Atlantean style, maybe? That's what it kind of reminds me of, something like that. And then I want to look at Oz Atlan. Okay, so this is definitely leaning into like maybe like a Supergirl Blue or something like that. Maybe that's kind of like their take on the character. Maybe something to that effect. Let's see. You just kind of scooch over the. Let's see. Is there anyone over here? Okay, I mean that's all right, but it's kind of basic. I'm trying to find the. If not, I'll drop down another phase. Alright, here we go. Here's everybody. I'm not going to get in the way because I am hardly prepared for that. So we got ourselves like a Poison Ivy character. It's not bad. I would assume they're nature by that. And then we have Flaw over here. Oh, we saw him in the House of Legends earlier. Holy crap, I just stood by him. I wasn't even in the fight and I already got a feat for that. Okay, I mean, this is definitely different. I like the rest of the ensemble. I'm not crazy about like the weird ponytail thing going on though. But I think everything else is not bad. I like the rest of it. Yeah, even the kick me sign. Perception. Alright. Got alpha. I mean, it's just one material. Just kind of seeing if there was a little more than that. Okay. Yeah, that looks like a new player right there. Alright, let me see if we got any more by the other weekly. Or maybe they're just spamming Vice. Okay, so we got some people over here. So we got a Wonder Woman character over here. I mean, I definitely like the shoulders, the hands, and the feet. Those are getting to a point to where they're actually kind of becoming my favorites when it comes to like, you know, styles. That's actually kind of cool. And then we have Mr. M. Okay, it's kind of like a paramilitary style of some sort. It's not bad. I'm just gonna go down over here. We got Water Diamond. That's an interesting name. I mean, I kind of like it. It's not bad for like a original character idea. They got the little diamond emblem on there. And then we have Judge. Ooh, we got ourselves an Orange Lantern Larfleeze character. I mean, that's kind of cool, and he has like horns on it. He's a tank. And then we have Mini Devastator. Oh, I thought we were gonna have the Devastator head style. I was gonna be like, okay, I mean, because that probably looks a little goofy on a small character, but that'd actually be pretty funny. Blue Lantern Outpost. So it looks like we have like a little Supergirl character. I mean, I kind of like the red hair. It's different. It's different than the usual Kryptonian styles you'll see. Let's see. We have like a cursed being sort of style to it. Definitely one of the weirder head styles in the game. That was always a weird one. And then you have saying it just looks like one of the magic sets. Yeah, it looks like one of the magic sets for the most part, but it does have like the different back in the head. Everybody was so mad back in the day when they bought the collection for this headpiece. They didn't know it was just a style. They thought it was an OP piece, and the last collection that you bought from the vendor was like 300 marks, 350 marks, and people were pissed. They were not happy because it had the icon for a head, but they didn't know it was just a head style. So yeah, they were very upset. I think that was Amazon Fury 3. I mean, you can still buy the collection to this day, but people were not having it. They were very upset with that. We got Elise over here. mean, I actually like this. I think they did a good job with this. Yeah, that's not bad. That's pretty good. That's pretty good considering what they have to work with. Okay, we saw them earlier nearby, and then Johnny. Oh, this is like a mutant Ninja Turtle thing that they tried to make with that. I'm not sure about the head style, but I think the feet are a good style. The back's kind of what you want, so that kind of makes sense with that. I mean, it's not bad. Phase, so many phases. We got 2 more phases. Oh dear God, did it? I swear to God, you stand on that rock or somewhere near it, and then you phase, right into the rock. So we'll just have to remember not to phase near it. Cosmic Legionnaire. Definitely has like a Scottish vibe to it. But then again, like this is from the St. Paddy's Day event, so it would make sense it has that kind of feel to it. Alright. We got Slow Down over here. It's kind of a cute style. I don't know what their power is. We got William the Bloody. Maybe he's trying to go for like a serial killer slash Joker thing. Anyone over here? We got a few people over here, I guess. 1 or 2 people. We got Hunter Man. So we got ourselves like a Dr. Fate style kind of going on here. I like the shoulder piece that they used. And the crazy thing is they're not even using like materials on it. It still looks pretty good. So they're healer, so it looks like they're trying to solo it. Let me try to help them out here. Taser pull for the win. I mean, we're probably going to have to lock down, to be perfectly honest. I don't think we're going to survive that, but at least I could try to help him out a little bit on my lobby. I was like, I'm sure I'm missing something. Yeah, I don't think we're winning this. Man, he's got a lot of health. He's just eating those like it's nothing. don't even know if I got the hand mod in. No, I don't. So if they counter me, it'll cancel Omega. Let's see if this one-shots him. Looks like it did, but then again, they could have burnt it down quick enough. Oh, they didn't last very long with that. Looks like it's gonna fail. Yeah. Oh well, I mean, we tried. Alright. Head back out. We're gonna be on our way. I'm gonna drop down to the next phase if I can get it open. Whoops. Appearing right next to the ads. Alright, who do we got over here? Who is nearby? I mean, I kind of like this. Yeah, it's one material, but I think they got enough, like, different elements around the character that make it nice. So I actually think something that usually wouldn't work actually works pretty well. I kind of like that. I mean, this isn't bad. It's all right. I like the accessory. The accessory's good. And it looks like somebody's wearing the old Black Adam style, or at least the chest style for it. Alright. I'm gonna go over to the main hub over here. Alright, who do we got nearby? Mr. Knight. So it's supposed to be after Moon Knight, I assume. We got Melina. Is it? I mean, this isn't bad. I kind of like this. They got their whole absolute Superman style kind of going on. You got the red kryptonite shards kind of floating in the back. It matches the cape pretty well. Let's do a better spin on that. The S emblem's actually pretty nice as well. Alright. We got... Oh, okay, we got a whole bunch of people over here. So, we're gonna go to the next one. Critical... It's not bad. Car Zod. So it's kind of like a Kryptonian style, I guess, maybe a very casual one. I think I've already seen this one before. Okay, no, I didn't see this one before. I mean, that's alright. I don't know about the mask with like the Superman style thing going on. I don't know about that. We got a Flash. Yeah, we got somebody dressing up as the Flash. Gene Lord, and then I'll look up Blood Wolf real quick. Okay, Alright, so it kind of looks like a She-Ra inspired character, or at least it has kind of that feel to it. I kind of like this. I like the metallic gray on it. Yeah, it's got a different feel to it. I kind of like that. Looks like they're still working on it though. I'm not gonna even try to pronounce that. But they're wearing the Energy Reaver style there. Very nice. Alright, and then I think we'll look at... Okay, they went away. Okay, alright. I was like, please God, not have it to where I sent them like a trade request or something. Sometimes I goof up like that. I'm trying not to do that though. So sometimes I'll mess up and I'll do something like that. I'm like, nah, I don't want. That's a little bit embarrassing. I try to not do that. Cause then it's a dead giveaway that I'm looking at their character. Yeah, well, this is, you know, these things happen when obviously when I'm like off stream. That's bad. But it's like if, you know, people know I'm live streaming, then it's like, yeah, okay, oh, it's not the end of the world, but when I'm doing it in secret, then it's way more embarrassing. All right. I already saw all of them. We got Vex over here. I don't know if I looked at Hope Summer. No, I did not. I actually like this. I knew it from the moment I saw it. I like this. I like the materials used on this. Very nice, and I like the apocalyptic signs on it. Very nice. Let's see. Let's take a look at the style here. Lucrezia 3. Lucrezia. Okay, it's not bad. I kind of like the Evil Eye style. I just wish there were some head styles that allowed you to use face styles. I've reached out to people in the past trying to see if we could get some certain head styles to allow face styles. Like one that I would like them to change is the Aberrant head style. It does not support a face style. And if I were to run this head style, I want to use the Two-Face inspired mask. But you can't see it. It's not there. Let me show you that it actually doesn't. Okay, so that's Two-Face. That, but if you put Aberrant on, it takes it off. So that's kind of a pity there, because that would be a really good style. Because like Aberrant has like a very disgusting, like kind of like failed clone vibe to it. Like this, what it's built off of. So having the Two-Face mask would be kind of cool to add with that. But since you know it doesn't allow face styles, well, you're kind of out of luck with that. Well, somebody sent me a message in chat. I can't read the message. I don't know if it's got anything good or bad in it, so I'm going to moderate it because I don't know if it's good or bad because I can't read the language basically on it. So I don't know if there's anything on it, anything bad. I don't want to be held responsible for it, so so I'm going to moderate that. All right, I'm gonna go to the watchtower, see if I see anybody over there. you ask a question, please type it in English so I can understand what you're saying, so I can answer your question. And then we have Ara over here. Okay, they're using the winter chroma. Not bad. Very nice. So it looks like the watchtower is pretty dead. So I'm gonna go over. Let's see if I can. I think I can go to any teleporter actually. I'm gonna see. I've had people say that some people gather at Little Bohemia even on the EU server. I kind of checked it out one time and that didn't seem to be the case. So I'm gonna go ahead and try it again. And see what comes of it. So I'm going over to Little Bohemia. We got one person here. I'm actually surprised. Well, we'll take a look since they're already here. So we have Superman 40. I like the gloves. The gloves are very nice. I think they would go well with this head style as well. Yeah, I think I could make a whole style out of that, to be honest. Or I probably will. We got any more phases? No, 17 people in this phase, and this guy is the only one. I know he's probably going to ask me to duel. I do not duel. Not on this character, and hardly ever on my actual mains. Alright, I think I'm going to head back to the House of Legends. Have Black Adam over here. It's very nice. I wish he had some sort of a display of power or something, like some sort of electricity around him, something. But I think the chrome was not a bad choice. It's pretty good. It's a solid choice. And then we have Original over here. So it looks like we have ourselves another OG skilled player over here. Very nice. They got their crown to prove it. And that looks like, it says Jason Voorhees, but he definitely looks a lot like Constantine. He's got the jacket, that's for sure. I think we got another 4 hours and 15 minutes before the 8-hour downtime goes into effect. And then we have Vendetta over here. So a very dark style going on here. I kind of like the wicked effect of that, but it looks like they turned down the colors. So let me look at it again so I make sure the right colors are popping up. I mean, I kind of like that. I think the color change definitely kind of improved that quite a bit. So yeah, not bad. I kind of like the stitched look. Then we have Doctor Strange over here. I like how like the dots on both sides don't show up because that character doesn't show up. So it looks like it just looks like Doctor Strange until you actually look them up in the menu. That's kind of cool. Now he just needs some sort of necklace here. I think he would probably be better off using like a different cape or something, or try to get that reborn shoulder style on there. Make that look like the Eye of Agamotto. That'd be kind of cool. Alright, is there anything interesting that I'm seeing here? Alright, I think I'm going to drop down to another phase, and then I'll try to see if I can get into phase 1. But since the Valentine's Day event is already up, I'm going to assume that the 8-hour downtime is probably going to include something maybe that we weren't told about, or it's going to have maybe like the rest of the pickup like updates, you know, and maybe a few other things, right? Like the rally system. That's really the only thing I can think of, maybe off the top of my head, of you know, of what they'd update. But I guess the nice thing is that the EU players can already get their rewards like right off the bat, before the servers go down. I'm kind of envious of you for that. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to go ahead and wait until the servers come back up before we get ours. Because unfortunately, the downtime starts when our server restarts usually happen. So so ours isn't going to go down and then come back up in an hour. It's going to go down and then it'll stay down for the 8 hours, the same as EU. But EU can sneak in their seasonal in real quick for a couple hours before everybody's servers go down at the same time. So yeah, very fortunate of the EU side. I mean, I think the only thing I could actually go ahead and on US go ahead and do is maybe get like the wings on my characters. I could probably redeem those early. Phase 1. It's open. Alright. I think I'll look at these guys, and then I think we can call it a stream. I'll try to find everybody in this phase, or mostly everybody in this phase. And then we'll go from there. Alright, so we got ourselves like a Darth Vader thing going on over here. They must be using that warp skin. And then we have I recognize some of those names up there, so I've already seen them. We got Sunstroke. So we got ourselves a Blue Lantern over here. I kind of like this. Yeah, I like this. I don't see too many Blue Lantern styles in the game. And I mean, this should be kind of a highlight, definitely, because you know, you get Blue Lantern powers in the solo. I don't know if I have the bow emote. Okay, so I actually do have the bow emote. Let's take a look. It's not bad. I kind of like it. I think we're gonna roll with it. I like the off the shoulders, and she still has like spikes coming out the sides. I kind of like that. Let's look at Sunstroke again, because he's got something different. It's not bad. It's all right. I kind of like the glowing energy on the foot and hand wraps. We have unknown player over here. I think I saw them earlier, but they had a different head style on. I think they had the Martian head. It's not bad. I'm not crazy about the feet on it though, but I know they're trying to go for a certain like bulky style. I'm assuming for the feet. Have the law. So this is, I'm guessing, kind of like their version on the character for their Absolute Superman. They changed out the looks like the gauntlets and the feet for more of a fiery look. I'm guessing they only wanted like a single. They wanted like a single like color slot, you know, so that they could use that specific material for that color, and maybe have like an open-handed like bracer thing kind of going on there. That's what I would assume. I thought the cape was going to be closer to the shoulders, and I was kind of wondering why it was kind of lifted like that. And then when I put the shoulder spikes on, I was like, oh, okay, all right, I get it. Like I can see why they did it that way. I was still a little disappointed that it wasn't like laying on the shoulders. It wasn't like something that covered the shoulders and kind of laid on the character's shoulders nice. Kind of like the Naboo's Chosen, but without the high collar. Like that would have been nice. Maybe round out the bottom or make it a little more narrower, the cape, something like that. So we saw her earlier. It looks like she's got the one of the new little auras on there for the seasonal. I think it's the Amorous aura, I think. Let me look it up. No, it's a Heart Swirl. Yeah, it's the Heart Swirl aura. And then we have High Tide Crushes. Okay, so water character right over here. I'm sure they're liking the update to the power. They're just a lot stronger now. And then we have Valkyrie over here. Very fierce looking style. Alright. I think I'll look at one more, and then I think I'll turn in for the night. Looks like he's still working on that. We have Oxy over here. I like this. I think we'll roll with this. So it looks like we have ourselves looks like a Saint Walker Green Lantern. Very nice. All right. So I think we've already seen Lost. Yes, I think we've already seen Lost. All right. So I think we are good there. I appreciate you all for hanging out with me on this very late, or rather for some of you, very early morning live stream. I appreciate everybody that was kind of out and about today at this time of the day on EU. I'm sure this might be a usual time for them. I don't know, but I appreciate you all for watching this, and I will see you all in the next one. Laters.